Hey, what's good, people? It's your boy, Coach Chase, coming at you with another episode of In the Classroom. That's right, this is a Psycho Schematics production, and in this particular lesson, you're going to learn about one of the legendary offensive schematics in the game of football, a scheme that revolutionized the game during the 80s and early 90s. West Coast offense. West Coast offense was originated by Bill Walsh, the legendary 49ers coach. And with this offensive scheme, he utilized the talents of Jerry Rice, Joe Montana, and what Clark and other great offensive players on their team to create a dynasty within that era. I'm going to teach you about it. Now, West Coast offense, although we're learning about it, in reality, the scheme was so good that offensive coordinators eventually just stole it from them. That now it's a regular fixture in NFL offensive schematics. Now, on the collegiate level, not so much, but on the professional level, West Coast offense is considered a pro style offense. And for the most part, quarterbacks that come from the collegiate level, so the general managers that draft those players want the quarterbacks to be able to run West Coast offense. So that's why you see general managers really harp on the concept of quarterbacks running a pro style offense in college so that their transition to the professional ranks isn't so dramatic and isn't as daunting. Because a pro style offense is essentially West Coast offense. that's pro style offense. So let's get into it. As you can see, I've already drawn out the diagrams for you for this play because I pretty much already knew what play I was going to show you. It's a very solid play, and it's not I wouldn't call it necessarily super deceptive, but it'll trick you. It'll trick one of the cornerbacks in the play if they like get lulled asleep by the similarity of the routes. So let's get into it. This play, I'll call it, it's a dub slants the corner. Dub slants the corner pump. And I'll explain why I call it that. Now, in this play, the running back will block. The offensive line will do traditional pass blocking. The tight end will run a quick curl hot route just in case for a blitz. The slot corner will also have a hot route. The slot corner's hot route will be a quick slant. So there's two hot routes in this play. That hot route, that concept of a route that is specifically designed to counter a heavy blitz, that is one of the staples, the absolute staples of West Coast offense. Starting outside wide receiver will run a post. I say a 10-yard post. It's very similar to a slant. Now here's where it gets tricky. Starting wide receiver out towards the right side will run a slick corner route. Why do I call it slick corner? Because they do a slant first. They do a slant movement first, slant route, and then they dip out towards the corner, towards the right corner. So they slant in towards the left and then dip out towards the right corner. And I'll draw it out. Now, as you can see, that dip in makes it look like it's a slant. But then the dip out towards the corner, that's the real route. Slick corner, fake slant corner. Now the quarterback will execute a pump fake towards that slant, towards the corner, and then eventually he'll throw the ball and float it towards the corner. Or, okay, he'll float it against man coverage, and he'll throw a beam if he notices that it's cover 2 zone or possibly cover 2 zone. But overall, you'd see this play being run if the offensive coordinator realizes that the defensive coach or the defensive coordinator likes to call a lot of man coverage with their cornerbacks. Because this play is really designed to defeat man coverage. So, as you can see, 2 hot routes just in case they blitz. You have a post that's very similar to a slant, except it's just a little bit deeper of a route. And all this play design is just used to deceive the defensive players, especially the safeties, into thinking they're all running slants, except for the tight end, obviously. But it's all about deceiving the players into making them think most of the players are running slants. And then bam, you hit them with the slick corner. Now, an important feature I must discuss with West Coast offense is the quarterback drop back. There are 3 types of drop backs with West Coast offense: the 3-yard drop, the 3-step drop back, 5-step drop back, 7-step drop back. The 3-yard drop back, you'll see if the offense is going to be running short routes. So quick outs, quick slants, quick curls. 5-step drop back is for more intermediate routes. 7-step drop back is typically for deep routes. Because essentially, 3-step drop, you're getting the ball out because they're kind of close to the line of scrimmage. They don't want to get too congested with the offensive line in their face. It's a 5-step drop. They have more space, more room to survey, and they have a little bit more time based on what the defense is running. 7-step drop, they want as much time as they can so that a bigger route can develop or a deeper route can develop. With this play, it's a 5-step drop because in reality, it's only one really deep play within this play. The post towards the left side, intermediate route. The quick slant with the slot wide receiver. That's a short route that's specifically used for defeating a blitz. And then, of course, the tight ends route, as you already know, that's also a hot route used for defeating the blitz. So, quarterback, 5-step drop back. But essentially, West Coast offense is used to keep the offense in an advantageous situation with down and distance. It's short, accurate, quick passes, and then you set them up later with the deeper passes, either the deep passes or the intermediate passes. So it's about keeping the defense off balance and working the ball downfield methodically. Now, me personally, honestly, West Coast offense is one of the most effective offenses ever created. But I'll put it like this: not every quarterback is built for West Coast offense. And I think that's what some of the offensive coordinators get wrong and some of the coaches get wrong. Just because it's one of the most effective offenses doesn't mean that your team should run it. Run what your players are good at. And that's just my advice. Some of the coaches out there, the future coaches that are watching this right now, run what your players are good at. Because that's what the great coaches do. They adjust to their players' skill set. Because at the end of the day, the coaches aren't running the plays. The players are running the plays. So put your egos aside and do what's best for your players. Understand the skill set of your players that you have on your team and run what they're good at. But, as I showed you before, one of the most effective offensive schematics in the game as far as passing goes, West Coast offense. Got more videos for you. Coach J signing off.